Hello and welcome to another video from In3D Software. Today I want to talk about casters or adjustable legs or any fittings that we'd apply to the bottom of a cabinet, and I want to combine this with iFurn and the online data that we can download and insert into our database. So you can see on the screen here I have iX Organizer open, and if I go up to the top and go to App and then iFurn Data Broker, this will open up my iFurn Data Broker window, providing I have access to this via my license. I can then go to iFurn Catalog, and then I want to go to where I want to buy my fitting from, in this case a caster from Haefely. I'll click Next, and then in here I want to go to Furniture Fittings, and then Furniture Feet and Casters. I'll go to Cabinet Rolls, and then in here I can choose a zinc die casting one and then find the fitting that I want to use. In this case I'm going to go for this one. I'll add it to the export, and then you can see up here under my watch list, if I go to my import, my iFurn catalog, if I select this, you can see here's the fitting that I want. I'll just copy this number because that'll be useful to have. And then I'm going to select that and install it to my database. Installation was started, it's imported that in, and if I now go to Element Manager, and then if I go to the hardware section, connectors, you can see under iFurn, and then, import, Haefely, and then in here, if I just run a search, here is my feet now that's under the import tab, and then Haefely, it's brought that in for me, and you can see in here I've got my drawing name and my work group. I can then come into my used section. I can see that this is currently not used, so I need to make a change here. I'll copy the name and then go to my connector sets, and then in here I can find under legs, casters base adjustments, I'll go to cabinet rolls, and in here I've got two examples already. I'll make a copy of this by putting in the new name and pasting in the connector itself. I'll use a filter in here as well, and then that way I can use the connection scan to find the filter. I'll go to the construction principles, connections, connection situations, and then under leg casters and bases in here you can see that I've not got any currently set up, so I would just simply rename this to be casters. And then I have two options. I can either use a direct selection, which would then target the exact one that I want, or I can use a connection type to filter between the different types of caster that I might have downloaded, because obviously I could download different heights, diameters, plastic, metal, depending on which one I wanted. If I go to connection direct selection instead though, what I can then do is choose my specific caster that I want to use. I'll click apply, and then in here I'm going to use my linear division of 85mm to 1 to 85mm, which would then bring my caster in from each corner 85, and then I'll get rid of the other two in here. So these are the settings that I've now got, and I want my linear divisions to be centric, and then that's my caster set. I then need to go to my part definitions, so up under here I've got parts and then part definitions, and I'm going to find my bottom shelves, standard, and then I've got shelves with legs, so I'm going to open this up and then rename this now to be a shelf that is edged all the way around with a caster. I'll apply my edging tape on all four edges, and in my connection situation I need to swap that out now for the one that I've just made called caster. Now that I've got that set, I can then go to my construction principle, find my bottom shelf on set, and then in here choose one that is edged all the way around which already exists, but with Castor. And then in here, I can then apply my part definition. All of this has been done within Organizer. So what we'll do now is swap over to CAD, go to Article Designer and set the height, width and depth of my product. I'm happy with my 500 by 500 cube. I can add in my top, bottom, left and right. I'll change my top to be an onset top, and I'll change my left and right hand side panels to just be edged on the front and back edge. So I'll say 1, 0, 1, 0. Same for the right hand side. I need a back panel in here, of course. I'll choose my preferred back panel of choice. And then I maybe need a singular adjustable shelf. I want my bottom to be an onset bottom that is edged all the way around with the casters. So if I can remember my name that I've given it, it'll bring in that caster now. And then when I click tick, increase my level of detail, it's now brought through my caster for me. Now, if I don't like my spacing, if those casters are a little too far in for my liking, I can always go to the data. Now, if I'm keeping my element manager open, I can then go back to the connection situations and then maybe change this to be 50 mm in from each corner. Save, right click, refresh, and that looks a little bit better. Thanks for watching.